we'll work from there. This is amazing, but nothing works. I don't know what's going on. Seriously, it's been amazing. Technology is just surprising me. I can't move my slide. Oh, I can. I want to introduce my teacher, Lu Ming. Lu Ming was originally who I learned the Z-Way Pole-Star astrology system. This is very, very old system. Those who familiar, we do look at your chart based on your year, the hour, the month, and day of birth. So this is the kind of the system that was used all the way to the imperial court. It was not exactly to predict or be as a fortune telling tool, but to more like a being ruling the country, be in harmony with nature, be harmony with the activities in the surroundings, externally as well as internally. This is one of the symbols of the gods of the Z-Way, Doshu. And more or less, those who follow the Chinese astrology is very different than Western astrology or Vedic astrology. It has a symbolism and following the stars, but at the same time, we're talking about the natal capacity, which I really hope today, again, an opportunity for you to kind of reveal and connect to yourselves. What does it mean of natal capacity? The same thing in the feng shui, in a classical feng shui, it's important aspect. There's always the principles of Gan Yin that we reveal, we look at the earth chi about location, we look at the heaven chi about time, and we're looking at the human chi. And human chi today, that's based on astrology, that also determines the capacity. So very important elements when we make an adjustments or well, at least in my practice, I always look at these three aspects. Are you in the right place? Do you have a right intention? And is it timely? The common natal capacity is expressed through the year of birth, the month of birth, the hour and a day. And especially in a pole-star astrology, two primarily components that we sync or we synthesize. I focus on a year of birth and hour of birth. Many of you probably know that or believe if you're born in a certain year, then that's all you need to know. Those who have consulted with me before might recognize that how important is the understanding of your inner self. And inner self is driven or expressed through your opportunities that expressed through the hour of birth. And our birth could be identified in a 2 hours increments that rotates every day through the year, through the 24-hour cycle. For example, if someone is born between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., that is a rat hour. If somebody's born in between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., it's ox hour, and so on. So if anyone needs the chart copy, please at the end you can text me in the chat. I will be happy to generate the chart for you. Then you may follow or listen back to the recording. All right, I think this is for me. Keep calm and carry on, right? Although it's song. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun and talk about what it means to have the 12 animals in a zodiac and in the cycle of time. And I always want to kind of start with a quick story, how different we are by nature. And probably if all the 12 animals at some point would come together and have the idea to create the universe, but probably that would be a rooster, right, Michelle? Rooster who would announce, hey, let's build a new universe. The rooster's chi commonly is about announcing. commonly is like revoking the information, having the standing out, kind of be competitive or be on the spotlight, be very detail oriented, has very precise aspect of decision making. So when the decision about creating universe is done by Rooster, that's announcement. Very, very loyal is the followership that has a dog. Dog characters like, yes, Rooster, I'm right there by your side. I'm gonna be with you. Just tell me what to do. I'll follow. Great partnership, loves companionship, very loyal. So if you betray once, there's no way back. So after, in a cycle of time, after dog, there is a pig. The pig character comes as ready to work hard as long as there's a party afterwards, absolutely is in it to create a new universe. The rat, she is analytical and probably stops the initiation right there and says, wait, 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 stop, 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 not another one. We have to clean the crumbles of the previous 100 universes. Let's reset. The same way, the same manner that how intense it maybe seemed the 2020. This definitely was such a timely year to do the big universal reset, because rat chi, the energy that was provided was perfect, was very, very in alignment for such an endeavor. So Ox comes in and says, well, as long as we're creating universe with no changes, the same way like we did it 100 times before, I'm all in. I'm there to support and work hard, supportive, stable, slightly slow, but extremely determined in a sense of reaching the goal, sometimes without any assistance. Just a joy being at work or working is its own demeanor. The tigers, as you know, recognize that follows is that has the stripes. The stripes probably present is like, oh, kind of the no gray areas in between. Either you go by law or you go against law. Sometimes you have initiative to leap forward and yes, I'm for it. And then you just lay back and indulge. It's like, well, maybe another time. So the sense of the leaping forward and then laziness is one of the characteristics, but otherwise very courageous. The rabbits, extremely intuitive, very sensitive. It's always is about the security and safety. So when they join, that's the aspect of as long as I'm feeling safe, as long as I feel I'm loved. There's so many other attributes that the rabbit brings. But sincerely, it's about it's 7 steps in advance, feeling the environment. Well, they always announce, the rabbit says, well, if we're creating the universe, the dragon might be the best to help us. And it calls for a dragon to create this universe. And the dragon never shows up. It never shows up. Why is that? Because the creating the universe, the project is not big enough for the dragon. So always the dragon's vision is universal. It's very, very wide. So sometimes the small kind of itsy bitsy things are not really in alignment for the dragon. The snake follows. The snake is a little bit more connected to the earth, very retrospective, very mystical. And it says one of the phrases that are common to snakes is, I told you so. The horse approach to create the universe would be, well, I get my tools, I get my truck, I take my day off, I'm ready to work. Tell me where to be. So always willing to kind of energetically be practical, hands-on, right up front. No leaving any time for undeciding of things. The goat is right next and also is willing to create this new universe, but the approach is slightly different. Let's make this universe that is beautiful, Let's make this universe that has capacity to feel, that everybody feel good on this earth or in this universe, has the more the sense of compassion, the sense of ease, a sense of love, a sense of equality, so good at negotiation and kind of bringing the parties together. The monkey chi, the monkey energy, the one that fits in and has the idea about creating this universe, since we know they've done it so many times before, it's very creative and would love to begin. How about if we start the universe from the other end? So always comes with a creative mind, tweaks the things that it's never the same. Of course, within these 12 animals, there's always trinities. And the trinity between the rooster, ox, and horse, rooster, ox, and snake, for example, or monkey, dragon, rat. The same trinity between dog, tiger, horse. These are, and then for the goat, pig, and rabbit. So there is a harmonies that within the cycles of time, each of us can rise or rest or be more energetic than other times. Okay. We also want to talk about just a little bit, there's a very little intro. There's a 5 element or 5 transformation concept that is introduced in Chinese metaphysics. And we talk a lot about it in feng shui, in Chinese medicine, and also in astrology, in a post-star astrology. So this particular year is Yin Metal Year. And the inner character of our ox is earth. So it's very, very harmonious. So it's kind of supportive, the earth metal harmony. So it comes with there's a certain elements and aspects of metal, be round, white, etc. But main thing is the earthiness of the ox is something to stabilizing. And metal chi, if we would apply to this particular year, is about refinement, precision and refinement that is necessary, especially in a decision making. Always ask, how was your year of 2020? I'm looking the year of the 2020 and 21 as to be integrated all together. This pretty much, I would say this combined year between the year of a rat and year of an ox is not like 2 years of the month of 12 and 12, but is a 1 year cohesively combined in 24 months, expressed in a 24 months objective. The importance is there is a secret relationship or secret friendship between the energies that are kind of collaborated between the year of a rat and a year of an ox. So they're complementing each other in such a great extent that all the analytics, all the details, all the information that was available or was necessary for us to kind of reveal, to go through, to readjust. Because, you know, rats are about reset, the big reset. Of course, it was a big reset worldwide, but specifically, the energetically, rats are team players, and they are definitely in a position to prepare the big solidity of the upcoming year 2021. What that means is it kind of brings the ox, allows the ox to come to the kind of highlights its position. So it's seeing how powerful the ox is, how persistent the ox energy is. It allows you to move forward this year. Those who did attended my presentations last year about the year of rat, when I did mention about opportunity to purge, opportunity to reset, opportunity to really declutter, but declutter not only physically, but also energetically and spiritually, like really kind of clear the mind in a sense. What are your approach? What is your goals and inspirations? This allows you to this year, by having kind of, if you did your homework, if you did your energetically, if you connected to the year of a rat last year and adjusted and adapted the new circumstances, then what requires this year, 2021, to stabilize maybe just a handful of the objectives. For example, let's say it's not about reinventing yourself again, but if something as became a kind of good out of the last year, for me personally, like adjusting with the Zoom and maybe diversifying the seeing clients, etc., all that is implemented and it's just moving forward. I'm not stopping, and just kind of bringing that momentum to also to continue in a year of the 2021. So synchronizing the maybe a little bit more frustration that was the last year, now it becomes more known, a known way of acting or known way of working. So take the energy of the ox to stabilize something that was maybe kind of unpredictable, because we know the adjustments now, at least till I would assume at least till end of May, we're still going to be feeling this kind of slow down, like not really big of a movement, which is very appropriate to the ox. Ox just landed. So, okay, trying to change my slide and it's not, oh, it did change. All right, there we go. That's one of my favorite images of the ox, the Chinese New Year for the ox year, and the big motto or big kind of name for the ox energy this year would be conventionality, and stick with it, be strict, and say no. What I mean by when we say learning to say no, when we know that somebody has rejected things or says not available, that means their yes is as strong. So the anything that's created like with the maybe is not going to have that kind of steady impact. Simplifying things. So the energy is strong, the energy is dull, the energy is dedicated. So whatever you have decided is just to simplify your way of being, way of conducting business, way of also functioning in the home, and kind of going with the flow, but in a very kind of simple way. The ox chi is also about connecting to the roots, connecting to your patterns, or establishing something, the patterns as a tradition that could serve you from now on. So all of these components are very, very favorable. The harmony this year for the ox, as I mentioned before, is between those signs who are born in the hour of the snake, rooster, or rat are great. Also, the years would be the same. Sometimes if you know the day master, or if you're born on the day of the snake, rooster, or rat, it's very harmonious with the current year. Conflicting animal, I would say, is sheep or goat, and it's okay. It's just that I'll give you some tips how to utilize the energy of the goat or sheep in this year. So not to worry. Okay. All right. There we go. The traveling ox, that's another folk name for this current year. Accommodating and strong and reliable. When we talk about the strong and reliable, what is expected and how you can use the energy or chi of this year is to be supportive to and willing to assist when you can. So the point is that always to make an effort, especially those who are maybe in a new work environment or maybe a new community, or trying to, there's always is good to give a hand, always to make, when you're available, to really fully commit as a promise. That how reliable the chi is. So this is not really the year to commit and not follow through, because that's definitely will diminish your opportunities later in the year or later in the future years. There's something about energetically that when I can say it's exactly like with my commitment. I am committed to continue the Zoom every month. Only thing, I'm going to stay more consistent, and it's going to be on a fifth of every month. That type of commitment, it creates a kind of accountability and make an effort. So you can revisit what are those commitments and promises you can create that you can be useful for your community, for your family, for yourself. For example, again, another commitment that I made it for myself was the taking care of my physical body, strengthening my body, not like I'm putting my body through the shock, work out heavily once a month, no, but gain more persistent, consistently, maybe working a little, 40 minutes. I think I have my coach here, my physical coach, Marita is there, that helped me to achieve my goal, like standing in a plank or staying stronger in my field. So all those personal commitments and community commitments are very, very important this particular year, and very supported by energy of the ox. Okay. So this is the image for rat, and those who have born in the year of a rat, or born in the hour of the rat, that is between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. might consider to be in more retrospective, but it's very, very good year. Or anything that you have in like started last year, anything that's kind of working for you in a manner, just continue, just refine and continue. There's no really expectation of many changes for the characteristics of the rat, because your analytics and your vision and a detail-oriented aspect of things, and being very good at working together, be a team player, is extremely supportive. That's why the think in the areas of the communication and areas of the like social media, if you need a little more for rats this year particular, it could be a very good stable momentum just to continue and improve. So the ox in itself, just go forward, because that's by nature. Just go forward is the ox inner self. It feels good when is at work. One of those qualities that we can definitely embody. Those who are workaholics might feel like, oh yeah, this is the year to be productive. It's required, but it's not required to be extraordinary, like diverse in a sense, but really pick and choose, be selective on your commitments, be selective to your kind of the ideas, what brings the productivity. It cannot be like a maybe project, has to be very thoroughly and kind of prepared, and that information was useful from the last year. So as long as anything that works, continue, and the support will be there. Tigers, the tigers this year, I would like to suggest what's important is to make sure you rest, but in a sense, not like rest, energetically lazy rest, but rest and prepare to leap and be forceful and prepare for the year 2022. This is why they have this image. The image is not just laying down, it's actually tiger is hunting, and it's just about to leap towards to get its kind of prey. So, but the prey comes in 2022. The lot of pivots, a lot of shift for the tiger energy is going to be expected. It's more going to be more forceful, more dynamic. So even if you do create your appetite towards uh, the year to be, I'm got to say, a little more like a patience. Patience is absolutely necessary for the tiger characters. The same thing would apply for those who are born in an hour of a tiger. Try to really rest between the hours, especially the hours between the 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. or even 5 a.m. Those sleeping hours for anybody during this year it's very, very important, very supportive to your health, and especially for the tiger. Rabbits, discreet. There are some qualities. Well, one thing for sure, this is one of the better years than others to look forward. What also is supportive is if you can take the every single lesson that you experience, no matter how the year of a rat felt, it's probably you need to at the end figure out what did you learn, what did you learn from the experience, and carry that experience, that lesson along the way, and don't make a mistake. So you learned your lesson and carry on. So year of ox will allow you to kind of borrow to be on a ride on its back and continue through this time frame. The year to look forward is 2023. So a lot of projects, if in a rabbit, if you stabilizing, let's say if you're working, this is year for rabbits, is really good to optimize their surroundings, their home, their physical environment. Also could be to improve, to making all types of improvements, especially for the rabbits, because you like your boundaries, you like to feel safe and secure. So great, again, great year. So dragons, dragons can do anything. I mean, there's no, I would never say there's a bad year for a dragon, but what requires this particular year is the dragons has to, instead of just being a dream state, it does require some work. It can do anything, and especially what was initiated in a year of the rat, 2020, with very, very positive results to be expected in 2024. So if you have started a project, if you have started the business, or if you have shifted things around and you're very energetic and optimistic, so don't give up. So the energy of the ox is supportive as long as you work along. So don't stop. Snakes, mystical, also one of the most positive years. It's more or less like a the highlight of the years. Snake is in a trinity with the ox, very supportive. This is finally that all the insight, all the information, the deep inside the snake had up to this point could be revealed and verbalized. So this is when to follow successfully is not successfully, but not being noticed. What I mean by that is just all the prep work that you intuitively done um, internally, or with not really being publicized too much. This is a brilliant year to act kind of in a being a shadow of things, like not asking for um, kind of spotlight, but continue what you need to get done. And it's very, very fortunate, very supportive year, because you're not going to be wasting kind of your chi, the energy of like, how do I appear? Where do I go? It's really about your way of doing things and projecting. course, last year, if you survived, if you did slow down, because it was more about the really slowing down, stepping down on the ground and having a lunch and eating very, very slowly, talking slowly, uh, observing things slowly, not jumping from one way to the other. So stick with the same treatment. That what I mean is really slow down the energy pattern that will be what we're conserving right now and what we want to enhance will be useful, extremely useful in a 2022. Also be mindful by not be too spontaneous and too fast moving forward during the month of end of May and June. That's the month of that's a transitional. So just kind of the pace yourself during the summer, especially. And I would recommend that to everyone this year, especially a month of the June, July. So this is the sheep, the goat aesthetic. So what's the problem this year with the ox? Well, ox and goat or sheep are they're in diametrics. They're right in opposition. Nothing is really seems serious. It's like the ox would say, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" All this dress up because it's something about ox is very practical, very simple, and the sometimes the goat's approach is over exaggerated in ox point of view. So for characters, if you're born in an hour of goat or a year of a goat, what I recommend is almost like take a little kind of take it easy. Take it easy in the sense like take it energetically, be more introvert rather than attracting the spotlight on yourself. Is just that could be depleting, and then you have to defend yourself and kind of have to explain yourself. There's no really necessity to do so. So be observant. Don't be reacting on situations. Just observe what's happening in the surroundings. And if you like crafts, if you like art, just stick to those kind of hobbies and you'll do very well. Just continue working on it. The quality of chi that everybody has access to this year is the productivity and stability and creating the tradition and creating the patterns. So that's why I'm encouraging if somebody is into arts and painting and doing canvas or doing any art projects, that keep doing and kind of uh, create your style or create your signature pieces that you start getting recognized, because that's what the ox chi qualities allows you to also to put the seal, identify. How do I identify the buildings of the Frank Lloyd Wright? So be like a masterpiece of the signature piece of yourself. So that will be very useful for the goat. So aesthetics, use your aesthetic capacity. That was one of them. Monkeys, like myself. Monkeys are imaginative, as you know. And we really hit well last year, the year of a rat, and the monkeys are in a trinity with a dragon. So there's a great, great potential was created, which I'm still riding the wave and keeping the momentum going. I have to admit, thanks to all my clients, thanks to all my supportive communities, has been amazing, amazing journey, amazing experience. And we're still expanding, we're still consulting, still doing a great, great things. So creating the security and stability, it's very, very important. Finalizing things that if the 2020 brought some adjustments needed, then this particular year allows you to stabilize, to clarify, to simplify. For speaking for myself, doing the workflow, doing the, setting up resetting the business, resetting the websites, simplifying, again, making commitment to community, to be at service. All those are great for the monkey, because the year of a tiger, when that hits, then if I already have established momentum, then there's no worry to reinvent myself. So any other monkey chi, because one thing is important is to finalize things this year. It's not about starting and then recreating, but it's really to bringing to conclusion, because the ox provides work hard, but they also then come to the finish line. Roosters, advisors, how I started this, the idea probably to create another universe was the roosters idea primarily. So finally, your voice has been heard. So this is an excellent year to be on a front page of advisory. Your analytics, your insights, anything that was kind of ignored or not heard in the past, this particular year carries on the ox. Actually, the ox is willing to bring you through the crowds, and wants to kind of build up and bring you up to the highlight of the things. Very deep connections with the family, friends, is also very important. So connecting to the community or creating your community for the long term lasting is absolutely a must for the roosters this year. So be the advisor, keep being advisor. Those who, for example, from the previous characters like a goats or sheep, and if you need to succeed, get the roosters as your partners, get the roosters to communicate. So that energy, the quality of chi, is very, very useful this year for you to communicate or to mitigate with the ox. Dogs, loyalty. As you know, the dogs are always great friends, great loyal, faithful characters. That's your quality of chi. What's surpassing the quality of dog to compare to the quality of the energy of the ox? Ox trust anyone. In dog is actually so intelligent that it can really, really assist the ox to identify who to trust and to what extent. So your loyalty, caring, protective, all direct, helpful qualities will be well received this year, and even more. Even if even giving the insight and guidance for oxes to somebody who is born in a year of ox as a partners or partnership could be extremely useful to make the right judgment for the ox. So be mindful, be assisting, be kind of be there in the community. Don't hide. That would be the chi of the quality of the dogs. Be in kind of more in the public. Be in out and about. And there is the honest pig, stay conventional. So what the pig's quality, I just actually just love it so much. It is about how it connects all type of through honesty and trust. Pigs are really know how to work hard and also play hard. I think by having a community or having a friendship relationship with the pig character or energetically, it brings that spark and brings that potential fire chi or energy that it's really needed this year. The energy of the fire chi, what I mean is, since, for example, for monkeys, the year of ox might seem a little dull or would to extreme, like maybe boring. And boring is just because it's just it's a year of ox. It's classic. where pigs might find a way to bring the community to its charm, but in a simple manner. So staying conventional is one way, but at the same time, connecting and maybe adding a little bit of uh, like excitement and joy and fun is good for to utilize for the pig in harmony with the energy of the ox. So highly recommend. I highly recommend to have more pig friends this year. This is just a slide about the Ming Palace. If anybody have a question, and this is for now. I can open to the questions, answers, if there's any. But overall, I'll stop sharing. Oh, where's my, and open up to the panel. Okay. So that's kind of a very brief, this kind of, yeah, very brief way of looking at how we can take advantage of the Year of Ox and embodying, still being in our character as a very kind of a quick advice and maybe reminder. When we do apply this information to your natal astrology, what we do consider what's important is to look and understand your natal capacity. Because when you have a natal capacity, that's also dominates or determines your, we call destiny. And when we are not fully in, in your energy patterns, when we are maybe depleted, we'd not be able to achieve what it's on our agenda of kind of a life agenda. So be mindful. And especially those who do want to know their all four characters, look at your birth hour. Your birth hour reveals your inner self, really what's embedded within your capacity. And when we, as we grow older, the kind of understanding your inner self becomes extremely crucial. It becomes extremely important. So it's not about changing yourself. It's about actually learning and adapting your inner characteristics and using them, not neglecting yourself, but accepting them. Also in partnerships, when you do learn somebody who is born in a specific year, do pay attention. What hour of birth is that? That's going to make the biggest difference. Example would be, as you know, there could be so many people could be born in the same year, like in your class, but somehow we do make decisions or act on certain things differently, even we are in the same birth year. That's the difference between the birth hour and sometimes also the influence of the day master. So these are just a few tips. Are there any questions? Are there any comments? I'm kind of opening up to the community. Feel free to share. We have, I'll stay up here for another 10 minutes and open up any experience, anything to share. Yeah, before I end this share, we'll have next meeting is on April 5th. And I have on my website, those who are interested to just to have a chart, maybe creating the chart, please let me know, especially those who do attend the Zoom call. I'll be happy to generate your chart. For chart readings, you can also visit my website. But are there any questions, any comments, any news to share? Yes, Eugene, go ahead, Eugene. UN.
Thanks.
I can't hear you. I have to.
Yeah, I had a quick question. What were the good days this month and next?
Okay, so I gonna forward on this email tomorrow that goes out with the recording. They will be attached in the newsletter, the days. So I just didn't want to change. There's quite a few juicy days. Did you take advantage of yesterday? Did anybody take advantage of yesterday? Yesterday was a very, very juicy day. So it's going to be more. They're going to be more. Um, Anything else? Anything new? Anything? Any other? Could be any question. Anything that you might. Do we have any oxes in the audience, or no oxes? Okay, they're working hard. I guess. Who is in the audience? Maybe somebody can text me. I'm an ox. Okay, Nancy's ox. Okay. All right, Nancy. Well, you know how they also believe, they say that when you have a Chinese New Year, that you apparently is not the best year for you. Okay, this is not definitely not apply for oxes in the year of an ox. And you will say, why? Why? Because if it's expected to be work hard, and that's almost like working hard is the nature of the ox, so you might indulge a little bit more. So it's not the bad year at all. What it could be if you overdo it. So you have to kind of pace yourself, especially if you are born in an hour if you are born in an hour of a horse, for example. That would be, I really would watch out, how much you're really, eager to get done and not overdo it. So the combination synthesizing between the characters is always also so Hour the Rat. Oh, good. Hour the Rat is very good, harmonious. Yes, 1 p.m. 11 p.m. is the rat hour. This is to be very productive. It's expected to, if you started well in 2020, you would definitely have a great opportunity to continue in 2021. And lot of like a fruition of your labor could rise up in 2024 in the year of a dragon. So be mindful. A lot of initiation that takes place in the last year, it's also manifests, beautifully manifests in the upcoming decade. So, yeah. Any other comments there?
Yes, I wanted to find out. I did not do the adjustments for the year on
Yes.
time. Can I still do those?
Yes. You mean the salt cures?
Salt cures and also setting the red envelopes and those things. Can I
Yes.
still do that?
Yeah, you can do that. Just have it set up intention. I'm gonna share. I think I have one more. Okay. I think I have the one more slide here. So lucky direction. So the envelopes go in the west this year.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then the areas where to set up a salt cures will be the southeast
All right.
and north.
And north also. Okay. Southeast,
Yeah,
those are the bad directions, right?
but I wouldn't say that's what you wanna, yeah, you wanna kind of set the intention that you are protective and make sure that's all is clear, and try not to maybe do major renovations in those areas. If you do, please consult. We can also set up the harmonious day when you can, when you could dig the land and you can do the, initiate the larger projects if they're already started. Okay. But yeah,
So
be mindful of
when
those
you
areas.
say don't do a large project, but cleaning that area, so is that
Yeah, that's good.
that's
Well,
okay?
clean it up and resetting, it's all fine. Yeah,
Okay.
it's clean it
No,
up. But if
no
you start,
development.
yeah, but if you start accumulating stuff, that's not, might not be the thing to do. So be kind of creating that awareness. What we do with the soul cure, your intention, you're setting up energetically your intention, your awareness in those directions. Right. So like, for example, I have a southeast, I have office space, and I'm very mindful how it laid out. So it's not like I'm not ignoring the space, I'm still using it, but how it's set up, it's very harmonious, it's still beautiful and very inviting, and it's functional. So I'm not neglecting, I'm just using it in a, in a retrospect. Okay.
My bedroom is in north.
So do you have a headboard?
I do.
Good. So that's great. How's your sleep?
Actually, ever since I heard that north is not good, I'm not even sleeping in my bedroom.
Well, I'm sorry. I hope you have a good partner to sleep with. If it's
Yes, I
not
do.
your
I do have other rooms to sleep.
I'm not sure. It's not that direct by, energetically. It's almost like if I say, well, nights are bad, would
Oh,
you avoid sleeping at night?
no.
No. So let's not get in an extreme. So the opportunity in the areas, if you alignment, if it's harmonious, it feels good. If there's no mirrors, there's, the setting is very, appropriate, then
Mhm.
there's no point of ignoring it. And is your gua is one?
Say that again.
What's your gua number? What's your feng shui number?
I don't really know, but I am a dog by birth, or by year.
Right, yeah.
And
So maybe we can text later. We can calculate your gua number, because that's influenced greatly your directionality.
yeah,
So that's
actually,
not,
I think it's 8 or 9.
well, that's a big difference.
I know. Okay,
So
let's calculate it later.
yeah, we can calculate that. I'll be happy to assist. But this is to set up the soul cures, and did the soul cures last year that you can discard or
No,
should have been discarded
this is my first year
first
getting
year?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. Well, good luck. You can definitely. Main thing is to reset the space, air it out. Great to set it up in the morning. If you burn the incense in the day before, the night before, when it's all clean and nicely set up, the next morning with the fresh air, fresh morning sunrise, setting it up as intention. Maybe have a prayer. Burn another incense, the candle, just make it ritual, like make connecting that you're really relying. It's not about you and that specific those coins, it's about the process, how you like metaphysically, how you energetically connecting to the divine, to the universe, to supportive, a greater power, and be very honest. It could be very simple but honest request that would work.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, that's
Aida,
Eileen. Yes.
what was your last slide? It was pretty full. What was your last slide about?
Oh, that's about setting up the salt cures and
At the last slide of this lecture, not the that was
oh, you're paying attention. You must be that's about the Ming Palace. It's about Ming Palace. It's about like one of the this is from my other little bit more detailed presentation when I talked about the year. But the Ming Palace relates to, like, in the cycle of your life cycle, when I do the 10-year decade charts, somehow most of the time, all my new clients have been in their 10-year decade Ming Palace when I start working with them. And it just explains, what is the importance of the Ming, being in the Ming Palace. If you like a copy of that, I'll be happy to. I'll be happy to share the copy about it. So, but the importance is our life purpose. Really, the 10-year decade is about what are we, why we are born, why we are come to this earth. What is our, like, a bigger mission? Not exactly, who are we? Not by labeling who, mother, father, a son or grandpa, or coworker or doctor. It's about actually self cultivation, like opening up. Why am I here? What is the purpose? Am I finding this world? And what am I supposed to do? And that's something in a post astrology is already this capacity. Our capacity is already chosen and distributed by you when you choose your parents. before you even come and manifest yourself before birth. So that's why I think I will continue doing the Z-Way dosho readings for this purpose, to help to guide the quality of chi or your mission, which you have, in a timely manner, that I can help to kind of guide you, that you don't get, spread into the too many the directions, but be more precise in your mission, in life of living. So
I'm super looking forward to seeing you.
yes, I'm looking forward to as well. I want to see all the changes and the implementations. Now I know what's happening tomorrow is the house cleaning, because Ayalita is coming.
House is already clean, thank God.
I know. No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. So this, any more last minute comments, questions before we end? All right, so sign up, those who haven't done the progression chart readings for Z-Way Astrology. I'm making a special offer, so it's a 180 to update, and for the new charts it's 350. So it's quite an elaborate work to get it done. It's definitely a great investment for yourself. So, and please text me and let me know. I'm gonna set the poll. What are the subject and areas of interest you would like me to discuss in the future, either related to feng shui or astrology or anything else? So I'll be happy to guide you through. Let's make it simple and fun, and learn from each other. Okay, I see there's like one more. Oh, thank you. All right, everyone. This last. Oh, I'm gonna get the. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye for now. All right, the recordings are available.